Hello, everybody, and welcome back into Mama Angel's Kitchen. It is Sunday afternoon, and the holidays are coming up on us pretty quickly. So, I'm going to start to show us some holiday meals that we can be preparing. This afternoon, I'm going to be doing a chicken. I'm going to do a whole chicken and dressing. Okay, that's going to be our meal today. And I am looking forward to this one. I love me some chicken and dressing, or chicken and stuffing, some people may call it, because I do stuff mine in that bird. That's how I like it best, okay? So I'm going to show you how I do that. The ingredients we have here, I have pretty much everything out, but a lot of it's going to be kind of step by step as I'm going. And trust me, it's not a difficult meal at all, guys. Here I've got a 5-pound bird that I have spatchcocked, meaning I have taken the back out of this bird and it's laying flat. It cooks easier and quicker if you do it that way. I was going to show you on camera how to do that, but my kitchen shears broke on me, and so I wasn't confident how well my knife was going to do. It actually did pretty well. But just look up spatchcocking if you want to do that. You don't have to. I don't always. Matter of fact, spatchcocking is pretty new to me, okay? Normally I just leave it whole and do exactly what I'm going to be doing from that point, okay? Now, I'm going to move this chicken aside. I've also, we've got some cornbread that I've made today, and it's actually still kind of warm. And I'll show you how to get that dry, because ideally you want a day-old cornbread, but mine is just made fresh today, and this is 1 box of Jiffy. That's all that is. So I'll show you how I'm going to get this a little bit drier also. And then I've got about 1/3 of a baguette, and I'll show you what we'll do with that when we come to that point. Okay, then I have, here is the back of that chicken. And then there's the neck and the gizzard and the, I think that's the liver that's down in there. These are what came out of the chicken. When you buy a whole chicken, this comes out of it, okay? And I'm going to use that to make a stock. And then the veggies I'm going to use to make a stock, I've just got a 1/2 onion here, chopped up. I've got a 1/2 celery stalk that I've just chunked up, okay? I just happen to have 1 small jalapeno in my fridge that needed to go. And I don't have any bell pepper. If I had bell pepper, I would add that to my stock. And then I've got 1 large garlic clove I'm just gonna crush up. That is for the stock, okay? Let me show you how to go ahead and get that stock on. I'm just gonna fill this up with water. And actually, let me go ahead and get my veggies down in here. Okay, just dump them right down in there. Take this chicken, dump it right down in there. Now, fill that up with water. And I'm just gonna fill it till it's just over the chicken there. Okay. Then I'm gonna put in some Maggi Pollo. That's just chicken seasoning. Actually, you know what, guys? I'm going to say that I've got a chicken bouillon cube. The Maggi Pollo. I'm going to go ahead and use the bouillon cube. Okay? I think the flavor is deeper and richer for this much water. I can go ahead and use that and get a much deeper flavor than I can with the Maggi Pollo. And then a little bit of onion powder. And that is it for my onion powder. That is probably a good teaspoon. And then some garlic powder. Yeah, just do it to your heart's desire. No right or wrong way there. Give this a swirl. All right, this is going to go on the stove and cook. It'll probably take it about 30 minutes to get where I want it to be. So I'm not going to boil it fast or hard. I'm going to bring it to a good boil, turn it down to simmer, and then just until that chicken in there is done, we got a beautiful stock that we're going to use as the juice for our stuffing. All right, now let's go ahead and get started on this bird. I've got my seasoned blend here, and I'll have it down in the description box below. It is most of the seasonings that are in my all-purpose blend with a couple of little additives. I've got garlic and onion powder, the sazon, the Maggi Pollo, cumin, coriander, smoked paprika, salt, pepper, but I will have all that listed below. Okay, go ahead and get this mixed up like so. And this is the seasoning just for the chicken, although many of these same seasonings will go in the dressing as well. All right, what I'm going to do here is, and I've got about a tablespoon of melted butter. Okay, I'll show you in a moment what we're going to do with that. So go ahead and flip this baby over. And you can see when you spatchcock, you get all the goodies exposed here. All right, so I think I'm going to wash my hands. I want to keep one hand clean. And then I'll have one hand that'll be for touching that bird. All right, okay guys, let's go ahead and I'm just going to rub some butter all on the inside here. Okay. Ah, it's going to be so good. So good. Okay. And then, that's fine right there. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle liberally this seasoning in this bird. And I'm doing this because I'm going to set him aside and let all of that seasoning get down in there. Okay? All right, guys, I'm going to flip this bird and do the same thing to the other side. Okay, let's do that top side the same way. And then brush him with some butter. Yes, indeed. We're just going to make it so nice and crispy. Okay. And season him liberally. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, let's lift up the wing. Get it all down in there. Lift up. All down in there. Oh, boy. Okay. Let's go ahead and address this cornbread now. You can see the cornbread. And I just got a baking sheet here lined with aluminum foil. And I'll show you the first thing we're going to do with this baguette. Really, guys, I'm just going to tear it into pieces like this. I want them fairly small, about like this, okay? I'm just going to tear it up and get it toasted in the oven as well. Okay, that's what we're going to do with that baguette. And then pretty much the same thing with this cornbread, okay? I'm just slicing it into cubes. Okay. And then I'm just going to pop it out of here and throw it. And it doesn't have to be in tiny slices, okay? This cornbread is going to crumble anyway, so it doesn't matter that it's in big chunks like this. I may, chunk that down just a little bit more like that. All right, that's it. That's what I'm going to do with this bread. Go ahead and get it all broken up and get it into the oven. And that's going to help to dry it out because you want dry, stale bread. The drier, the better, because it needs to be able to absorb that liquid without becoming gummy. That's what you're looking for. I've got, broken, like I said, little pieces, or big chunks is what I mean. and then the baguette like this. It's going to go into a 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes or so until it gets dry and crusty. You want it nice and toasty. You do not have to use a baguette, guys, okay? Any breadcrumb, well, you don't want a very fine breadcrumb, like that, any stuffing mix, a cornbread mix, something like that is all you need. I have even toasted up regular sandwich bread. Just toasted it up, crumbled it up in there. You just need a little extra bread to go with your cornbread. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this stuffing together. Here they are. See how nice and toasted? You hear that? You hear that? That's all nice and crispy. Let's go ahead and get started here. And I'm going to be crumbling this cornbread as I get it down in there. Okay? And I always leave a little bit behind just in case. Let's get those breadcrumbs in there. I don't necessarily need to crumble the breadcrumbs, but I do leave a little bit behind, and it's not much, it is a little, okay? And I do that just in case I get my stuffing a little too wet. Then I've got, a little bit more cornbread and breadcrumbs to dry them up a little bit, okay? All right, that's that. Let me get me a spoon. And now I've got, that bird is in the oven at 350 degrees. And I like to give it a little bit of a head start. Okay. Let's go ahead and start with some of our broth here that I have strained out. This is all my beautiful broth. Let's go ahead and pour that on in there, like so. All right, and then I've got, oh yeah, if we end up needing more, then we'll need more. I've got the spices over here that we're going to be using, and I will definitely let you know what those are in the description below. I've got a quarter of a small onion. I've got a small garlic clove and a half a celery stick finely chopped up. Okay, right on in they go. All right. Then I've got, let me tap in it for. I've got a cream of mushroom soup. And you can use cream of chicken. You can use cream of celery. Any of those will work. And right now I'm going to start out with about a half a can. Okay. Set that aside. Give it a stir. All right. And let's come in with a little bit more liquid. Alrighty. Alright, let's go in with a little bit of our spices. I've got a little bit of Italian seasoning. And garlic and onion powder. This is the garlic powder. Onion powder. As you see, guys, I'm not measuring. I'm just putting it in there. A little bit of Maggi Pollo. And then the main seasoning that you must have, and that is ground sage. Okay? You can also use some poultry seasoning. Okay? The sage is one that I come back and add as I get my taste where I want it. Okay? So I will start with probably this much dressing. I probably started with a good tablespoon of sage because that is one of the biggest flavors when it comes to your dressing. Okay. And then something may sound a little bit odd, but it's not. And that is just a little bit of nutmeg. When I say a little, I'm talking a quarter of a teaspoon. But that little background note is just interesting, okay? When I say a quarter of a teaspoon, if you can see that, it really is not much. But it is a note that's in there. And if you use a poultry seasoning has a little bit of nutmeg in it, okay? All right, I am breaking up some of the bigger pieces in here. All right, and now, here is that, I've got the heart that was in there, the liver, the gizzard, and that neck. And this, guys, all of that was the meat that came off of that back. And again, I don't normally use the back, but because I did, I wanted to go ahead and pull that meat off of there. See how much meat is actually in there. All right. And then you just keep working it until you get that consistency and that flavor that you're looking for. I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick taste and see what it's tasting like. That's good. Oh, that's good. And that's when you keep coming now with your sage. Okay, you will end up with quite a bit of sage if you like that flavor. If you don't, then you back off of it. Okay? But the sage is one that I will keep going until I get it to a flavor that I really, really enjoy. Okay? You can see the consistency there. That's kind of what you want. I want a little bit more. So I've used most of that cream of soup now. Okay. And I wish I had better measurements for you guys. I don't. Dressing is just one of those things you play with until you kind of learn what you're looking for. I know some people can give you exact measurements. I'm not one that I can. I can tell you the consistency that you're looking for, though. You're looking for this. Okay? It's not too soupy, too watery, but you want it kind of loose like that. Okay? And that's about it right there. Okay? I don't need any more liquid. I don't need any more cream of soup. Now I'm just going to get it to the flavor that I want it. Oh, that's good. Boy, that's good. That is good. I'm going to hit it with just a little bit more sage. And this sage, guys, this is to your preference. Okay? 100% your preference. All right, now, once you get it to this point, here's where you want to go in with your egg. Okay? 1 or 2 eggs. It really comes down to how much you've got here. I probably have about 2 cups of dressing here. And I think I'm going to be good with one. This is 1 extra large egg. Okay? I think I'm going to be good with just the 1 egg. And that's going to help bring it and bind it together. Okay, guys, I hope you have a good enough shot at me. Just because this chicken is spatchcocked, I'm just going to lift it up a little bit. I've got a spatula here lifting it. And I'm just going to start spooning that dressing right underneath it. And all I would be doing if it wasn't spatchcocked is spooning it into the cavity, okay? And then the rest of it just kind of falls down, you know, as it does. Just kind of falls around the rest of the pot. So that's all I'm really doing here, okay? All right. I don't know how good of a shot you kind of have at me here, but you can kind of see there. And I'll give you a good shot once I get it done. All right, guys, as you can see, it is stuffed to the rim. All right, it's under there. I'm going to cover this, put it back into a 350, sorry about that, 350 oven, and let it go. It's going to go for about 45 minutes to an hour, okay? All right, there that baby is. Isn't he a beauty? My goodness. It just came out. It cooked for about an hour. I'm gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes and cool off a little bit, and then I'll take it out and we will get ourselves a taste test. My goodness, look at this. If this doesn't say Thanksgiving, and I just made some green beans, go alongside, look at that stuffing. And I love that little jailed cranberry that go in the can. You know, I just love that along with my dressing. And there's that chicken. That is just beautiful, y'all. This is Thanksgiving right here. Right here. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I am peeking over at the game. This is, let's go for the star. I really made this meal for the dressing. I had one of my subscribers asked if I would show them how to do my dressing. And here it is. Here it is. Look at that. Moist, delicious. I might have a piece of meat on there. Mm. That's good. Oh, that's good. Wow, guys, come on. Do it with a little bit of that jelly. Who likes this? Who likes this? Come on. Those flavors just go together so well, don't they? So good. So good. My goodness, guys. Let's get in here and get a piece of this chicken thigh. Let's see. Did I get a good piece here? I got some of the skin. I love the skin. Although it's not as crisp, I do love the skin. Let's get a piece of meat here. There we go. I don't know if you would actually see what I was doing here or not. All right. Look at that. Juicy, delicious. Come on. I love roasted chicken, guys. Just some simple canned green beans, seasoned well. A great compliment to this meal. This is so good, you guys. My word. Give it a try. I'm telling you, get this on your Thanksgiving table. You can do the same thing with turkey that I did with, the chicken and dressing. Just do turkey if that's what you're doing for Thanksgiving. Guys, I hope you like this one. I hope you'll give it a try. And, pardon me so much. Thank you. Thank you for watching my video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, come on in and join the party. Mama is going to keep these coming, all right? I love you guys. Have a blessed rest of your Sunday. Stay prayed up, and I'll see you real soon in my next video.